Okay, while the mic comes up. How are we doing? Great? Okay, let's do it one more, right? How is Josh? Hi, one more time. How is the Josh? Hi. Okay. Now, before we go there, I just want to ask the group, how many of you know what is this? How many of you know what we revealed just now? Just, if yes, say hands up. No? Nobody knows? What is this all about? No? Okay, then we'll tell you. So, I hope you know about foundation of CSA Bangalore. We started with the research and we are continuing with the research. So one of the major initiatives we have taken this year in association with Karnataka Digital Economy Mission is to build CXO insights. CIOs, CEOs, CISOs, CROs, CPOs, and the executive leadership team all collaborated. So you find the numbers like around 150 plus CXOs and ELTs participated in this research. So that's how the insights come in. By the way, one of our goal was, you remember, I don't know how many of you remember, we started the motto that global papers should have Indian authors. You remember, Krishna? That was our initial motto why CSA Bangalore chapter founded. This time, this is a global research. It is with 100% Indian authors. And you have with me Madhu. Madhu is my co-editor and me and Madhu worked on editing, but there are authors who helped us writing. We do have a couple of colleges who worked with us, SDMIMD and VVCE. They worked with us along with KDM for this. And CSA also collaborated to publish it on global art page. So it's coming soon. I think probably today evening or tomorrow it should be live on the main web page. But it's available on our page right now. So what we want to tell here is, it covers diverse industries and locations, right? And just I give you a quick insight and also ask Madhu to add on. So what did we cover in the research? You might wonder, right? So first thing is, what is the strategic approach of managing AI? We just, I think, heard from Jim in the morning saying AI is something which is a problem. Is it a problem or is it an advantage? Both. How you are using, it's a knife. You can cut the apple or cut the neck. Yes, both are possible. So how do you use AI effectively? The strategic approach is the first section we have. We have subsections, 2 subsections each. And then we have a lot spoken about how do we improve cost efficiencies? How do we improve regulatory compliance with AI? That was the second aspect. And third one is the most important thing I think most of you are interested in. What is the future trend of AI? Where are we going with AI? What should we use? What should we protect from? What should be the AI best practices? All those with industry use cases, we covered it. Okay? Just look for our research. It's available as a scan code, which we showed earlier. But before I go there, you want to add something, Madhu?
Yeah, I think Satya, you covered it well. I think it's the culmination of both academics and the industry. So that's where you find basically the overarching aspects around. Firstly, yeah, so we're all talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and we are talking about chat GPTs of the world. We are telling we are adopting. Now, there is another side to it, right? Now, we're also talking about AI-driven cybersecurity. What does it really mean? We're talking about self-learning algorithms, which means that, so if you were to have humans doing, for example, trend analysis, probably it takes days or maybe months. Whereas if we deploy the machines, so probably it can be done faster and they can learn faster. And if you were to look on the other side to it, there are ethical risks to it. There are privacy aspects to it, right? So we have covered those things. Again, those insights are, again, from the industries as well as from the academics. So please go through, yeah.
Okay. So what we do is we can't cover entire paper here. So what we got is 3 snippets, 3 slides, and we'll have a panel discussion after this in few minutes from now. Just a quick idea, right? What exactly is coming in? There are autonomous systems coming in, which mean to cover industry IoT, and then medical IoT, patient information. For that, autonomous systems are coming. And then there are deep learning and neural network is being used already. It's already being used in finance AI for improving identification of fraud detection, right? And third is machine learning is very well used in threat detection and prediction. Not just detection, guys, it's prediction. Predict the new threat, what is going to come. That's something it's already in, not that it is going to come, it's already in. And then the last one, I think this is the mostly used by all industries, irrespective of whichever sector you are in. I think you might be using some part or the other AI-driven phishing techniques, right? If you are using maybe G Suite, then G Suite might be using AI in the back end. If you are using Microsoft, Microsoft might be using it. If you are using any other tool also, you might be using it. So you should know that it's already there. Only thing is, how do we make that better is something which we need to think through. There are various other technologies coming to make that better. That's something. Okay. So what we covered next is the gaps, right? So the gaps is, we all know AI is coming. But do we know how to cover it? How to address it?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then integration, right? You have AI and you have cybersecurity. You have AI for cybersecurity. What about cybersecurity for AI? How many of us doing it? There is AI everywhere, right?
Exactly. And you rightly said, right? So we are talking about legacy systems. So how do we do AI for them, right? So that's where I think there are challenges as well. Then the other aspects is the governance. So basically when some of these new technologies come in, how do we ensure that so we reap the benefits at the same time, don't really fall into the trap of, I just want to just adopt it without really looking at the governance, right? How many companies have fallen into that trap and really lost whole of their, I would say, whole of their fortune, right? Yeah.
Okay. So last one is emerging threats of AI. How many of you know AI model poisoning? All of you? All of you, right? So when you are designing an AI model, that could be poison. That could be sent in a different side. Instead of doing detection, it might be actually asking attacker to come and attack me. Imagine that, right? So there are chances. How are we testing it? Are we testing our models? Are we designing our models? Who is actually cleaning up the data? Is the data clean? All these things comes in. So that is where we come with best practices. There are 3 sections. We try to quickly glance through. I'm not going to read through all. I think timeout is already shown somewhere. So what we try is, we try talking about 1 or 2 in each of the section. One is automate and predict. We just spoke about it. How do we predict a real-time threat, right? And then how do we combat, which means fight with the model poisoning, right? How do we identify the model poisoning early at the stage and address it? And then how do we manage the governance? Governance not just for the cybersecurity. How do you manage your models which is coming? How your LLMs are building models. How are you take care of the governance in accordance to a NIST framework? And also there is a European AI framework came in. India is also coming up with AI framework. So how are we going to comply with it? All these are best practices you should take. Any questions, anything points you want to add?
Yeah, the one last thing is about, everybody talks about cost, right? Does AI-driven cybersecurity really reduces the cost or increases, right? Just go ahead and look out in the research paper.
Yeah, that's good. Next is about the data. We just spoke about, right? So data is the key, right? So it's all the old machine, right? Garbage in. What comes out? You only get garbage, right? If you're sending garbage in, you don't expect a great insight. So are you actually cleaning up the data? Are you actually structuring the data? Are you using relevant data? Those 3 keywords are very important. And then for that, you need to have foundational best practices of data management, data governance. We might wonder, we are speaking AI, right?
Exactly.
Suddenly, where is data coming in?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So that's the point. And then we need to align our AI with objectives of business. You can't just implement AI because it's cool. Yes or no? Is it happening in your company? Yes? Because AI is cool, people go ahead and implement. That should not be the case. It should be targeted for targeted threat detection, targeted business case. That's when it will be useful. Otherwise, it will be misused, it will be poisoned, it will be going in different direction. Okay? I'm going quickly. I think you can add on more here. What is needed in that case? Okay, you are wondering, okay, I'm hearing some of these new guys, what should I do? What are the skills I should learn? That's what is the next. Okay? You want to speak about?
Yeah, see, look, finally, as Satya covered, right? So it's all about data. As you can see, vulnerability analysis. How do we do the vulnerability analysis? How do we speed up the vulnerability analysis with the help of AI, right? There are vulnerabilities that get detected. There are hundreds, thousands, lakhs together that gets flagged when we launch new system or when we bring in new system. So how do we basically know which are the real vulnerabilities or which are the ones which are false positives? Yeah, AI will help us. Now, understanding the risks in LLMs, which we already covered, right? So AI poisoning. So how do we tackle that? Then we are talking about threat remediation. Yeah, threat we kind of covered it already, so don't really want to get in there. Now, so in summary, what I would say is data. So it's fully driven by the data. If your data is right, I think AI models will work really great.
Yeah. And the skills, I think you need to learn now. I know you're learning too many skills. This is just another skill to learn, which is how do you secure AI? How to do the vulnerability testing for AI model, by the way. AI itself is complicated. You want me to test AI model, huh? Yes, that's a new skill you need to learn, by the way. Sorry, you can't miss it. It's coming, it's already in. Almost like cloud came in 12 years back, now it is everywhere. AI is everywhere, you can't miss it. You learn as quickly as you can, use it as effectively as you can. Who learns AI will progress. Otherwise, I don't want to finish that. Okay, so more details is available on the research. The research page is there, just scan it and keep it with you. Right now, the research page is not up. By evening, we update that, but please keep this code with you. Thank you. With that, we are good. So we do have a mission. By the way, this slide came in as a part of the main slide, but we call it out anyway. So one of our mission, 2030, you are going to see other missions also soon, but is to publish 20 global research papers. Yes, thank you. How many of you are going to part of it? I just want to ask this. Raise your hand, please. I need more hands raising. We don't worry about AI only. There are more topics there. You can pick about many topics. 20 papers in 5 years. Yes, 5 years, right? Or 6 years, rather. Let's say 2025 onwards. 6 years, which means practically every quarter one paper will be releasing. Are you in for it?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so there is a big yes coming from Gaurav. I'm going to add him there. Innovate so what is that we want to achieve from here is, we want to innovate locally. Yes? This is a local talent. And we should impact and inspire globally.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes.
With that, we move on. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you are with us. Already I asked you. Thank you very much for being on the mission. Back to you.
Thank you.